Thank you for clicking on the video, and I hope everyone is doing really well. Society's obsession with weight loss and skinniness is getting out of control. And why wouldn't it when the majority of us buy into it and we just keep feeding the fire? We can't go a day without seeing something or hearing someone talking about weight loss or the new secret to weight loss or, get your dream body. Like magazines and media and so much is just spreading these messages, and it has become ingrained into our brains. We aren't born with these thoughts or these beliefs, but slowly over time, as we grow up, we are slowly exposed to more and more messages about body image and weight loss and what's healthy and what's not. And eventually it becomes our own beliefs. But by the time we get to an age where we can think logically for ourselves, we are so torn between the messages that the world sends us and our internal messages that we don't know what to think. I try my hardest to be very careful, extremely careful about the way I talk about weight loss and weight in general and body image and those kind of topics. I try to be really careful, but even I sometimes say things without even noticing, and then later I look back and think back to that conversation I was having with someone, and I'm suddenly like, oh my gosh, what did I say? And I realized what I had said, and it's just those internal messages that we've been brainwashed into believing from a young age. Suddenly they're making themselves known through conversation and such, and I'm like, what? Where did this come from? I try so hard because that's not what I believe, but because I have been taught or I have viewed messages and I've seen things in life, it sticks in your brain. And that's what I mean by we've been brainwashed into thinking a certain way, unable to think for ourselves. We are surrounded by magazines and images and the media just pushing this weight loss world upon us. And if, for me at least, it feels like I cannot go a day without hearing someone talking about weight loss or just weight in general. On a more personal level, I have been asked countless times if the reason why I work out is to stay skinny. The answer is no, and that answer would shock people. People wouldn't be able to fathom the idea that a girl is working out and pushing herself so hard, but weight loss isn't her goal or skinniness isn't her goal. That concept is foreign to so many people. I work out not to be skinny. My goal is to be fit and to be strong. I want to be healthy. More and more, we are hearing about something called the obesity epidemic, and it is spreading worldwide. And I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, because goodness, it does. It does. There is a problem with our obesity. There is a problem. However, it is not the only epidemic spreading. It's more than just an epidemic that is taking over the world. It is an obsession. We are obsessed with being skinny, losing weight, and ignoring proper health. For some reason, we accept the ridiculous and reject the plausible, rather than just making small changes in our lifestyles and our lives and eating a little cleaner and trying to cut down on maybe soda or chips or things like that. Not cut them out, but cut down, and just making, better choices food-wise and including a little bit of exercise in our lives. Instead of doing that, a nice balanced lifestyle, we are more likely to turn to a fad diet. Even though every red flag goes off in our brain and thinks this is ridiculous, this isn't right, yet we are more likely to attempt a fad diet rather than just making lifestyle changes. Society has created a fear of obesity and weight gain, and it praises skinniness. We are so terrified of the very concept of gaining weight that when a person is attempting and their goal is to gain weight, we can barely understand why they would want to do that, even if that person needs to gain weight for their own health. As an outsider looking in on a person wanting to gain weight, we subconsciously think to ourselves, there's something wrong with that person. People are encouraged and praised for trying to lose weight and for dieting, even when the person dieting has no reason to diet. They might already be at a healthy weight, but because there is such a emphasis on dieting and losing weight, even when you are at a perfectly normal, healthy, average weight, we still feel like we need to be losing in order to be part of society, in order to be part of the norm, in order to be accepted. It's almost as if weight loss is expected of us, which causes unhealthy behaviors and habits. We have started making losing weight equal to being healthy. However, those two are not interchangeable. That very mindset of those two concepts being equal to one another is the very foundation of my eating disorder developing into a physical manifestation. I thought to myself, you know what? I'm gonna lose a few pounds and then I'm gonna be healthy. In my mind, I made them equal. That's not how it works. Unfortunately, the concept of health is completely thrown off the table when the mention of weight loss and dieting comes into play. I have been asked by multiple people what my secret is, almost as if the way they view me automatically makes me a reputable person to teach them how to lose weight. My secret to looking the way I do: I gained 50 pounds. But again, this is the answer people don't want to hear. They automatically assume if a person is skinny, they must have lost weight to get to that point. I think there is a lot of association between looking good and losing weight. Losing weight does not equal having confidence. You're the same person, you're just a different pant size. How did losing weight make you a better person or better yourself if you still hate yourself? If you don't love yourself at your current weight and you haven't learned to accept yourself at whatever state you are currently in life, you're never going to love yourself when the meaningless number on a scale changes. Speaking of numbers, and getting back to obesity, there is also a societal fear of large numbers, whether that large number is your weight or a calorie count or fat content. We're so scared of numbers, big numbers. And the thing about that fear is the diet industry and the weight loss industry thrives off that fear. We are so dead set on being accepted by others, and we're so afraid of being judged by others that we stop accepting ourselves. When you are so focused on how you think other people perceive you, you lose sight of who you truly are. We need to start accepting ourselves, including our mistakes, including our current weight, in order to break the cycle of fear. When it comes to weight, fear plants a seed that can slowly grow into an eating disorder. We need to stop giving fear the power and the control. So those are just some of my thoughts, some things that were kind of on my mind lately. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. For more videos about diets and eating disorders, please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.